Let's get the latest now with SABC News reporter Vanessa Poonah and video journalist Clinton Cerf, who are both covering this story. Vanessa, a very good afternoon to you. So that little moment of hope yesterday when the survivor was pulled out, slowly diminishing as the death toll rose overnight. How are the current rescue as well as recovery efforts faring today? We've just heard, of course, from the Minister of Police.
Yes, we spoke earlier on to the head of fire services, the fire chief, Mr. Niels Barnard, and at that time he told us that the death toll has now reached 17. We did at that time also hear that there was another body, but that still needed to be confirmed, because you do know that there is this two-step verification process before the official figures can be released of those who had passed on in this tragedy. What you would have heard just now is from two of the members of families that are waiting to hear about their loved ones, and the frustration there is that they're saying that it's a week already. Many of them frustrated with the pace at which the identification process is going. But of course, we have heard from the minister as well as the mayor explaining that they are doing all they can. I mean, the Minister of Police is just stepping in now. He is due to give us an update after visiting the site as well as visiting those in the hall here next to me. So if we are all ready, we will then just hear from Minister of Police Bheki Cele. Minister, let me start. Good afternoon to you. There was a very emotional scene inside the hall just now. One of the girlfriend of one of the people that are still missing, saying that it's a week. What assurances are you giving from police in terms of the process being followed with identification of those that have been found alive and in hospital, and those that are still being sought under the rubble here?
Well, definitely you would expect that. It's completely justified, the emotions that you experienced. But I will further say, with all those emotions, people are still really behaving well, and maybe giving the space for the officials to work. Maybe let me start here. I don't want to be negative, but we have been following the matter and all that. We sent our Deputy National Commissioner, Musigiti, to be on the ground here, Provincial Commission, all that. Some few gaps that are there that I hope. I have asked several people if we know the actual number of people that were victims here. I might say the numbers are estimated rather than the actual number. Started at 49, it went to 75, it went to 81, some they were on the lunch and all that kind of stuff. The number that we are sure that has been found are those that are in hospital, which I guess the number is 48 now. With those that are deceased, that one has moved to 19 now. The question of rescuing and question of recovery is still mixed. People, they feel that they still have to go very slowly, especially with what happened yesterday, which gives the hope that maybe don't need to go very fast in terms of moving to the recovery rather than rescuing.
Minister, just one more question very briefly. You are here in your capacity as the Minister of Police. You are in charge, police in charge of this investigation. Very briefly, because questions are being asked with regards to accountability in this matter. Very briefly.
Well, I don't know how brief it is when the matter is not brief at all. Firstly, there are different players here of government. The main one would be the labor and employment, that the police with investigation. Police have started investigations. They are investigating, but they will be looking and working with other departments. Municipality would be part of that, province would be part of that, labor would be part of that, and others. We usually give the information to public that has been found by the investigation. We don't preempt what we think of. There are things that, as I'm saying, that's one thing. People have been talking about the number 37 that is wanted. So the investigation that police have started, nobody knows exact number from the very word go. Even now, these numbers are estimated. The second one it would be good to deal and know the information from the owners or the people that are working on this building. It does look like we have a little bit of a problem, because the list of the names that are there are names that are given by people by the pen. For us to know exactly those, we'll have to get the identification document that tells us that indeed this name was there. That is still not there. We are urging the owners and the people that employ those people to give us information, which goes to the question you have asked. In the inside people, they asked when do they get time to go and identify theirs. When ourselves were not sure if those people are people that should be that are properly identified. We can't take everybody there to mortuary and all that. So we are working on the list of people to get the identification. We have asked the people that have been working here. The police have approached the owners, the employers, to give us that. But for us, that information is also important. Here we've got 10 teams from forensic, because as the time goes on, forensic will help. But for us, for the forensic and DNA to work, we'll have to know your relative. If we don't know you, we cannot know your relative. Looks like there's quite a big number of people that are foreign nationals. Are they documented? Are they not documented? We are dealing with human beings now. That is a less thing, but it does help. And people that can know that are people that employ those people, and the people from the Department of Labour and Employment. That's why we are all working together to get those things. So when we do this thing, there are no gaps, there is no guessing work, and allow the police then to investigate so that we do things in the proper way.
Thank you so much, Minister Bheki Cele. Of course, the Minister of Police, Bheki Cele, giving us an update with regards to the police investigation. Questions asked around whether those that are accountable, when they will be brought to book. And of course, the Minister explaining the process there of verification, and also saying that they are still waiting for final details from those that employed the people that were caught in this tragedy.
SABC News reporter Vanessa Poonah in George for us.